As sectors globally begin to scale up operations in the eye of a pandemic, is our existing industry infrastructure up to the task? In our journey towards becoming a more agile, a more automated, a more decarbonized and digitized ecosystem, what is the industry's stance? And is there a roadmap that will empower us to reimagine the future and realize the potential of the fourth industrial revolution? Or in our efforts to boost economic recovery and generate efficiency gains and deliver on sustainability goals, is it time we collectively call for a change for industries of the future? Well, to tackle this very topic, fortunately, I'm joined by a highly distinguished panel of domain experts. Please allow me to introduce them. We have with us the Vice President of Reliance Jamnagar, Karthik Faujdar. Chief of Supply Chain, Britannia Industries, Vinay Kushwaha. Group CIO, Biocon Group, Atanu Roy. Joint Advisor Water, Niti Aayog, Government of India, Avinash Mishra. And Executive Vice President, Industrial Automation, Schneider Electric, Barbara Frey. Well, before we do a deeper dive into the conversation, however, I'd like to treat you to a quick audio visual to offer you a glimpse of what industries of the future have to offer. Have a look.
The industry of the future is calling, and we're answering. With truly open automation to fuel the next generation of efficient, resilient operations. With practices that protect our planet and empower the ones bringing tomorrow's industry to life today. The industry of the future is open. Are you in? Life is on.
Well, there you have it. And Karthik, I'd love to kick off the conversation with you, sir. Now, Reliance Jamnagar is among the world's leading and largest oil refineries. So how have you, within the four walls of your organization, leveraged automation to improve process efficiency?
Thank you, Pooja. You rightly mentioned Reliance Jamnagar is world's largest refinery and petrochemical complex. And I can tell you there are more than 100 process units integrated with each other. And they spare common utilities like power, steam, hydrogen, nitrogen, fuel, etc. And any single abnormal event at one of the process unit has potential to interrupt many process plants. So this definitely calls for the digital manufacturing platform, which is safe, secure, real-time, reliable, and we earn benefit of it. Now, around 8 to 10 years back, we integrated all our processes end-to-end through the business transformation initiative. However, we feel that there is a need to bring all the processes on one platform, visibility of processes and their interaction on one platform, and to break the digital breaks. And this is where we feel that the technologies of fourth industrial revolution can help us.
Well, building on that, and Vinay, I'd love to bring you in here at this stage. The convergence of OT, or operational technology, with IT, information technology, it's become a game changer for so many players in the manufacturing space. But how has this manufacturing intelligence, so to speak, helped you optimize supply chains?
Very rightly, Pooja. I think the biggest challenge has been connecting information technology with operations technology, because historically the world has understood technology as information technology, and I think the two have grown quite independent of each other over the years. And I think the challenge has been how do you connect information technology to operations technology. I think looking at a relevant example, what we've been doing over the years is we are a mass producing company. We manufacture and sell close to 50 million packs a day. We reach out to consumers across the country through close to 50 million retail outlets, number of manufacturing plants across the country. And if you look at our industry growth rate, the way we've been growing, it almost, we need to add about 2 factories every year, to our network. The strategic direction that we chose some years back was to actually go for mega factories instead of multiplying number of factories. And one of the challenges that happens when you set up mega plants is how do you run them efficiently? And what we realized is that just information technology is not going to help us. It'll give us lots of information. But what we need is that information to convert into real-time alerts for people and real-time solutions. And that's really where the whole challenge of integrating information technology with operations technology happened. What we did is we worked with an anchor company, and then we had to bring in a whole lot of domain experts, specialized suppliers. And I think the good thing that's happened is this whole space has evolved, where not just the hardware has evolved in terms of whether you speak of intelligent cameras or you speak of intelligent sensors, but connecting some of these into programmable logic controllers which connect to mobile devices like just handsets which people carry, the mobile phones. It just allows people on real time to receive alerts in what's happening in the plant. And this is something that we have we rolled that out as a pilot in one factory. We saw great gains, and now we're in the process of extending that to other factories.
Well, Vinay, thank you for sharing so many tangible examples with us that really helps set the context. And with that, I come to Barbara. And Barbara, what I'd love your take on is the role that the deployment of next-gen technology plays, not only in building an industry's resilience, but also in the larger agenda of achieving sustainability goals.
As we navigate through ever-evolving market requirements and unprecedented challenges, we are constantly striving to improve productivity and drive sustainability agendas. As it happens, the industries today have a golden opportunity to become the central pillar of economic recovery. Manufacturers and other industrial organizations are experiencing a surge in demand for tight integration of systems and processes to increase efficiency, productivity, and sustainability. To deal with this, they leverage industrial Internet of Things and Industry 4.0. So digitalization is a key to success. A recent McKinsey report suggests that India's manufacturing base must lift its productivity, specifically output per worker, to bring itself closer to global standards and become more competitive. This can't be achieved through longer hours or an increased number of workers, especially during a global viral pandemic. So the Indian industry needs a technological step change, embracing the latest industrial technology that could help deliver that transformative change. A game changer will be open standards, enabling the convergence of operational technology and information technology. The digital transformation in industry will build an ability to achieve sustainability goals as well. Schneider Electric is bringing more agility than ever into automation system with its open, interoperable automation system, the EcoStruxure Automation Expert. The goal is to include business data in operational decisions and operational data in business decisions.
Barbara, all of your optimism is, of course, very heartening to hear, and thank you for that comprehensive overview. And with that, Atanu, I'd like to bring you into the conversation. And as one of India's leading pharmaceutical companies, of course, very curious to understand what are some of the biggest bottlenecks that you faced in setting new benchmarks for operational excellence? And to what extent as a company have you leveraged automation to respond to those challenges?
One of the drivers, I would answer this question in a slightly different sequence, but one of the drivers for digital transformation in pharma industry started with data integrity. For every pill you take, we need to be able to track and trace each and every reaction which goes into it, each and every component which has gone into it, so that we can ensure patient safety. So that is the underlying factor. And before digital transformation and digitalization, all these things were recorded on pen and paper. And now with digital transformation, we would be able to assure each pill which a patient takes or each injection which a patient takes is that safe, secure. And that means that the entire manufacturing process and with our suppliers' manufacturing process, going to the patient, and some of the medicines have to be transferred or kept in also low temperature conditions. it has to be, it is maintained, it is recorded, it is monitored. So what it means is that the IT and OT, that means the actual manufacturing process and the operational technologies and the information technology has to integrate. There has to be to make this happen. And the biggest challenge is that there are so many different systems which are there, and at different ages of it, they are of different generations. To integrate all that data, to bring it to a common platform becomes difficult. It is easier said than done. So that is I think, the biggest challenge.
And that leads me to my next question, which is to Avinash. And Avinash, in an ideal scenario, industries of the future, they should have a continuously diminishing carbon footprint. Industries of the future are presumably eco-friendly. So while as a nation, we are firmly focused on digital transformation, is that digitization truly helping us drive this sustainability agenda?
No, see, the digitization will certainly help us in quantifying and measuring the type of emission, what is happening. Actually, the major problem before we are moving to the COP26 or the Glasgow summit, what the nations are doing, that we are not yet standardized how much emission we are making and what process and what activity is really emitting in terms of the quantification. We know that the carbon emission is taking place, CFC is coming out, greenhouse gases are coming out, but in what way it is and how it is to be measured and how it is to be curbed. So all these things are required. The digital interface is very much required for our sustainability, for actually developing the carbon credits and thereby to show the world community, yes, we are turning into green. All this is very much required.
And Barbara, if I could direct the conversation to you at this stage. So as industries transition to meet the demands of the fourth industrial revolution, what role will innovation play in this whole equation?
The industrial sector today is ready for new innovations. At present, it's dominated by proprietary and closed systems that are not designed for flexibility. More so, failure to implement truly open, interoperable automation standards is costly on all fronts, and immediate action is required to recover from the pandemic. Only global collaboration can bring about change. And this is the very reason why we call on the entire industrial ecosystem to come to the table to address universal automation. As the most sustainable corporation in the world and a global manufacturer with end-to-end network of smart factories and smart distribution centers, Schneider Electric is on a mission to make the industry of the future possible for all. So, new opportunities to reach the next levels of efficiency come to the industries through the 4 levels of integration, being open, based on standards, and driven by software and data. To support this, we have a portable application software, which is a critical enabler for next-generation industries, capable of unleashing gains in efficiency and sustainability through universal automation. The term universal automation refers to a universe of interoperable plug-and-produce automation software components made possible by the IEC 61499 standard. Vendor lock-in and proprietary systems are eliminated through the open system to unleash innovation, increase productivity, and the return of investments.
Lovely. And Vinay, I'd love to incorporate some of what Barbara has just shared with us, because productivity is, of course, top priority for the manufacturing industry. And we continuously see operations being revisited and recalibrated to meet market needs. So how might this reimagining, so to speak, of automation infrastructure, as Barbara has just alluded to, help cater to these rapidly evolving and oftentimes real-time transitioning needs?
I think the future of these technologies is very much in the area where they have to be predictive. They have to be intelligent, but they also have to be predictive. One of the pitfalls has been thus far is that when you implement an information technology-based system, it gives you information about a failure that's already happened. And you only post facto end up correcting it, which means that you actually build in losses, productivity losses in the way you approach your work. I think the technology trends which give you alerts and ensure on a predictive basis something going wrong and allows you to correct it before it's actually broken is really where the entire productivity gain comes through. What we've seen through our smart factory automation projects is certainly productivity going up.
Karthik, in an electro-intensive industry such as yours, might this open and interoperable automation, as Barbara spoke about, help facilitate a faster return on OPEX and CAPEX alike?
Let me tell you, we have employed state-of-the-art automated processes, basically created by integration of ERP, planning, inventory, operation and maintenance functions. And it is giving a lot of benefits. For example, implementation of advanced process control and real-time optimizer has huge saving on the OPEX. Similarly, open and interoperable automation platform provides effective monitoring of safety and process performance parameters. All the interdependent processes are closely coupled to maximize the benefits of or maximize the efficiency all over. And model-based, you can say, optimization, multivariable control algorithms, big data analytics. We talked about predictive and prescriptive analytics. All this is reducing the OPEX. At the same time, platform provides real-time analytics and early event detection, which makes micro-level operation very effective. And at the same time, the information provided by these models, which are prescriptive and predictive, allows or provides the information which makes macro-level decision making also effective.
Well, Vinay, perhaps I could pose my next question to you, because there seems to be a collective call for industry to embrace a standards-based plug-and-play approach to automation infrastructure. What do you consider to be some of the India-centric and India-specific challenges in this regard?
The solutions that today the industry looks for, very often the need is to tailor them to a specific business context and also a specific industry context. The fear that one carries is that if you go for standardized solutions, the customization of it is really where the problem happens. And therefore, while the base of it could still be a structured solution, but there are parts of it that you would need to customize to make it specific to solving specific issues of the industry. And I think that's really where the challenge lies. And in our own experience, the way the industry works today is that there are lots of standard solutions which companies work on and offer. But then it's up to the industry to evaluate and to customize. And that's a challenge that we feel still exists in a way. So I think it's while there is need to standardize, but there is also need to customize because that's really where the specific gains would come.
Now, of course, upgrading to a next-gen automation setup is not simply time-intensive. It is also capital-intensive. So at what age and at what stage in a company's life cycle, so to speak, does it become justified?
You are right, but see, that is why this open system forum standard, right, which is bringing the modular kind of things where the OEM dependency will reduce. For example, today, suppose some component of the system becomes obsolete, then you have to upgrade the entire system, including maybe the software, hardware, because there are compatibility issues. But this new technology will help us in, upgrading the things which are required only. And the interdependence between the various subsystems will reduce.
Barbara, similar question to you. If companies or clients were to approach you seeking guidance on when to make the transition to next-gen automation infrastructure, how might you guide them?
I think it very much really depends on what kind of situation the client is in. If he already has a relatively well-established ecosystem, just recently make his investments, maybe it's not yet the right time. However, if you go to a new facility, if you go to a new production line, I would start immediately. And of course, it's always a very close collaboration between supplier and the manufacturing industry. What is now the right solution? Where do we apply it? Where do we not apply it? So it's not that I can tell you now that's exactly the recipe. It requires a lot of knowledge about what the manufacturing process is all about or the client's environment. And on the other side, how can we apply our universal automation solution to their plant?
And, with that, I'd like to thank all of our panelists for sharing such a rich range of insights from their personal journeys and from their professional journeys. And for industries to become future ready, they, of course, first and foremost need to be ready to keep pace with the present. And while perhaps a long journey lies ahead in that regard, conversations like this certainly make for a very critical first step. So as we depart, I trust that you found all the insights shared of value, and we'd like to leave you with a quick audiovisual. Thanks for watching.
Meet EcoStruxure Automation Expert, a new category of software-centric automation for the digital world. Today, automation engineers use many tools to design an industrial automation system. Without a common source of data, they must manually repeat tasks from tool to tool and discipline to discipline. It's not efficient. EcoStruxure Automation Expert creates a complete digital lifecycle for your automation system. Engineers are free to design processes independently of the automation system. Once the design is complete, the engineer deploys the application on the hardware in just a few clicks. Applications are automatically distributed. Any changes can be made with zero automation engineering. EcoStruxure Automation Expert makes it easy to design your automation control system, and you can easily connect a digital representation of an asset to its real-time control. Using this digital twin, testing and adjustments can be conducted in a virtual environment. Commissioning time is reduced. You're up and running faster. Market demands change fast and often. To keep up, manufacturers must be agile, adding and modifying equipment quickly and easily. When market demands drive your plant to its limits, EcoStruxure Automation Expert makes it easy to generate additional capacity. Production assets can be added with a simple drag and drop. EcoStruxure Automation Expert is a new category of software-centric automation. Bring your operations into the future today. EcoStruxure Automation Expert can help you keep up with the speed of doing business in the digital world.